Asia CEO is really a sought-after brand and recognition among the private sector.
I work abroad as an OFW, and I've seen the experience of how Filipino were treated that time. So I always thought of creating an event someday to really recognize Filipinos and also market Philippines.
Let's present Philippines in a positive light. And the goal is expand your business, start your business, move your business to Philippines, hire Filipinos. They're good people to work with, and you'll do well. That's the goal.
Way back when we were the poorer or sick country of Asia, and now if you take a look at, for example, the BPO industry, we're number one in the world. There's a lot of potential for the country, and if we are really going to see fruition that we are going to be one of the top economies by 2050, I think it is very important for us to really pool our resources together.
And we always believed from the beginning that this association was the right medium, the right structure, and the right outfit to really put the Philippine business community on top of the agenda for the Filipino people and also for the international community.
Well, it gives me a fantastic insight in terms of how broad the industries are and how many different types of successes that are contributing to the growth and inclusive growth of this nation.
We have to create a future where our next generation of talent and leaders is prepared for all the new opportunities that will present themselves.
Asia CEO Forum is very unique because it is more than any other forum emphasizing that this is about nation building.
Economic growth is a very wide subject, and Asia CEO Forum always find the right angle with the right topic at the right time to talk about, and that's why there is such attraction to these events.
They connect people, but they also create a platform for transfer of best practices, best knowledge.
I believe in the vision of Richard and Rebecca. I think they have this vision to help make the Philippines a first world country in 2030.
And with our partnership together, I know that we're achieving a lot of things.
Thank you for what you're doing. We applaud your efforts. We're proud and happy to be your partners.
We encourage other companies to join in and be a sponsor, and I'm very, very sure that they'll find it worthwhile.
Through the years, Airspeed has grown from a small air freight service provider to being one of the most established end-to-end logistics solutions and express courier company in the country. Since 1985, Chairman and President Rosemary Rafael has been passionate in leading the team to build businesses, build lives, and build communities. Airspeed started with only 6 employees. Now with over 500 strong and dedicated workforce, the company has been continuing to serve different stakeholders, all making sure to become part of a greater purpose. During the 80s, its humble beginnings are evident as it only occupied one small unit as an office workspace until it moved to GGB building at Pasco Drive, Parañaque City in 1998. As it grows, its presence has spread from the National Capital Region to different parts of the country, ensuring that Airspeed can serve all Filipino businesses. The Los Angeles, California office was also established in 1993 to make sure the global Filipino market has been taken care of. The company's expansion can be noted through its global presence to reach whenever, wherever the clients need our assistance. To fulfill our clients' logistics needs, we ensure that the company has an updated system and has grown its fleet to efficiently serve to make it happen. From air, sea, and land freight to customs releasing, Airspeed is also now offering customized logistics and warehousing, helping the clients grow their businesses while aiming to be the preferred corporate and end-to-end logistics provider in the country. We are grateful to be trusted by different clients from all industries. We see them not just a sale, but a partner in building, growing, and surviving the demands of a fast-paced world. With the growth of e-commerce, Airspeed has also adapted and became a last-mile partner of several platforms and service companies, making sure to deliver smiles to the online Filipino. And nothing can stop Airspeed to go beyond the impossibilities. In over 2,000 Villar branches nationwide and in California, customers can now send and receive packages, parcels, and documents through Cargo Padala, powered by Airspeed. As the company continues to be relevant, Airspeed has strategically partnered with SM Investments Corporation to broaden its logistics services support. It will also bring Airspeed's brand of customer service to a larger field of clients. While the company continues to succeed on the business aspect, it will always be a company for the community, helping other organizations to improve the Filipinos' quality of life and promoting sustainability. The Airspeed team will be an embodiment of volunteerism, service, and love for country. Airspeed continuously grows because we value leadership, integrity, value of balance and honor, excellence, and stewardship. We will continuously strive to be better, bolder, more courageous, more disruptive. Because in Airspeed, we make it happen.
Please welcome Father William Bustamante, Parish Priest, ina ng laging saklolo, Tagaytay City, to lead us with the invocation.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. God, our loving Father, we praise and thank you for all the wonderful gifts you have given us. In these times of great sorrow, suffering, and pain, we ask for your comfort, especially to the families affected by the coronavirus. Help us also to protect the poor and all those who are struggling during this difficult time. Provide for their needs and give them hope. Open the opportunities for them and furnish the resources they need to live with dignity. Encourage those who have enough to share essential resources with those who lack the necessities of life, and to do so with humble and grateful, loving hearts. Lord, we also pray for Davao City, especially these challenging times. Businesses are difficult, but we will stand strong because of you, Lord. We entrust everything to you because your will is what is best for us. We always cling to your promises that you will never leave us nor forsake us. We pray for strength and wisdom that only you could provide. Father, we also ask for forgiveness for the sins that you have caused to break your heart. Guide us, Father, in the way that we should be going. Your grace is always sufficient. Your love no one can fathom. Lord, we thank you for everything, and you deserve to be praised and to be worshipped. We bless your name, Father. All the glory and honor we bring back to the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Ayang
Good morning. Welcome to Asia CEO Davao 2021 Online Edition. D A V A O. Today, the Davao region is ranked as one of the fastest growing economies in the nation. Led by the construction industry, much of the region looks like a giant building site. Business process management continues to be a great success, closely followed by manufacturing and tourism. Listen to industry experts and top-level speakers who will share not just insights, but also the latest technology and trends, business and investment in the Davao region. Asia's CEO Davao 2021. Presented by Airspeed with elite sponsors Multisys Technologies, PLDT Enterprise, Regis Spaces, Seidel, Asia's CEO Davao 2021. Life is here. Please welcome our host, Mr. Richard Mills.
Okay, let's start the event with Asia CEO Davao 2021. Please welcome President Rodrigo Duterte. He was previously the mayor of Davao for many terms, well loved by the people of Davao, and built a name for him across the nation because of his success there with rule of law initiatives, is the phrase I like to use. He won the presidency as just a landslide victory, and something like 16 million, almost 17 million votes. And he is the first president from Mindanao. So really a pleasure to have him. Please welcome President Rodrigo Duterte, speaking for the second time with Asia CEO events. President Rodrigo Duterte, please welcome him. And I think all of us should rise. I will. Glad to have him very much.
My warmest greetings to the organizers and participants of the virtual Asia CEO Davao Forum. I am pleased to be part of this convergence of executive managers in the Asia Pacific region's business community. The forum's objective, which aims to promote and attract more business ventures in the Philippines, is very timely as we are now laying down the plans for the complete recovery of our economy from the COVID-19 pandemic. It is therefore my hope that everyone in this forum will join us as we take the next steps in our journey towards a healthier and more prosperous future for the Philippines. Mabuhay kayong lahat.
Thank you again, President Rodrigo Duterte. That was an inspiring message from an inspiring man. And thank you again for all you have done for the nation of the Philippines. Let's get going with Asia CEO Davao 2021. And the absolute best way to start this event is with the mayor. Mayor Sara Duterte has become certainly a national, well, if not international, but at least a national figure with her appointment and success as the mayor of Davao City. She is the first female mayor of the city and the youngest to have been elected to the position. Now, she would say, you know, her father, Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte, may have helped her a bit through that, but certainly she has really put herself forward as a strong leader and a good leader for the people of Davao. So please welcome Mayor Sara Duterte of Davao City. Really glad to have Mayor.
Madayaw ug maayong adlaw kaninyong tanan. On behalf of the City Government of Davao, I would like to thank the officers and organizers of Asia CEO events for focusing this year's Asia CEO 2021 on Davao City and Mindanao. Just like the rest of the world, Davao City is facing various challenges due to COVID-19. Despite this, the city government remains resolute and committed to the implementation of the priority programs and projects we have set out for the future of our city. The 30 priority projects under the 10-point Biyaheng Do 30 banner, initially identified in 2016, have benefited a great number of Davaoenos. And this year, in line with our COVID-19 response and recovery strategies, we continue to implement these programs with greater focus on improving the health sector and addressing other basic welfare needs of the community. Crucial to the recovery of our communities is the need to reinvigorate the economy. And so I am inviting everyone to listen to the speakers from various industries share how Davao City has been contributing to the growth of their businesses. And we hope that you too may come and discover how Davao City can change your business and your life. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay po kayong lahat.
And thank you very much, Mayor Sara Duterte, for that very, very warm and inspiring welcome to the event. And we look forward to seeing your future for yourself and the nation. We are so pleased to have our next speaker, Ben Melasa. He is the head of corporate relationship management for Mindanao region with PLDT Enterprise. And I'm just talking to him. You know, I haven't seen him for a while, and a heck of a pleasant guy and a real industry veteran. I didn't know he had spent his entire career in telecom. He has an engineering background, which I like because, you know, he knows the fundamentals of the ICT industry, but really has worked across the nation from Cebu originally, but worked right across the country. Mindanao, obviously, he's been really adopted this region and has done a lot of good work here in particular. So please welcome Ben Melasa, the head for the One Mindanao region of PLDT Enterprise. So glad to see you, Ben.
Thank you, Richard, for having me again and allowing us in the PLDT group to share our insights on the Mindanao's business environment. You know, Richard, and the pandemic have indeed impacted the world in ways no one could have predicted. Companies and organizations have to pivot and have to strategize and adapt to the new ways of doing business. Despite the challenges of the pandemic, the results have been on hand greatly inspiring. Organizations are rediscovering optimism and drive, reinventing their business models on how they do business. They are shifting to online platforms and speeding up their digital transformation. As organizations and business organizations continue to respond to the crisis, and they have to explore new ways to operate and drive growth. We at the PLDT Enterprise are also looking for opportunities and of course solutions for us to help them, our partners, adapt and differentiate themselves. Companies and organizations that have pivoted and adapted will weather these disruptions, definitely. Technology trends are there. They build on and reinforce each other, but together they will help really guide organizations to be more resilient and they have and thrive on to the future. Many of the larger companies that have pivoted have successfully been doing the adoption and transformation. And businesses who wish to attain the same level of success will need to create winning digital experiences using, of course, enabling technologies that can bring this to life. First, the digital experience has to be easy. In an environment where customers will engage you through multiple digital channels. Second, the experience has to be immediate. Customers today expect an end-to-end transactions quickly and conveniently. Third, the experience has to be always on. And lastly, the experience has to be secure. The businesses now is all about trust and reputation. Here are some of the insights of businesses in Mindanao that we have gathered recently. One, more businesses are now fully operational. We are seeing double growth on this versus previous year. What I'm seeing here is if they're closed last year, they're now actually opening up more stores. Businesses are also optimistic compared to last year, showing signs of recovery from the pandemic's impact. Nearly all businesses are operating fully or partially. This is a significant jump already from past year's level as the market strives to recuperate from the pandemic. Moreover, these fully operational businesses are skewed towards businesses that, one, they have mobilized business continuity plans. Second, they implemented work from home setup. And thirdly, they have intensified e-commerce capabilities. Speaking of work from home setup, it is still at the very high levels, with majority of companies still uncertain on their work from home timeline of going back to the office. This is mainly because of driven by the availability of vaccines. Despite challenges with reliable connectivity on work from home, telecommuting is still sustainable as a majority of the companies were able to cope up with most of their workers in this setup. Our top ICT spend priorities that we're seeing in the market are driven by internet upgrades, mobility and video conferencing tools. There are also emerging technologies related to health monitoring and e-commerce. Contactless operations are the most relevant to the local businesses given the pandemic. We have also asked a question to our industry partners. What are the pressing needs of your business to increase operational capacity? Insights and feedback are the following. Digital transformation is at the top of the list. They have to adopt. Digital adoption should be there. And this includes already IT hardware and software. Second, they need faster internet connectivity, both at home and in the office or the business. Three is vaccination of their employees. They really need to have those vaccines for their employees. And lastly, they need to cater to more customer and sales. This is mainly because of the restrictions of number of customers that can visit the brick and mortar stores. For business to thrive during and even after lockdown, businesses needs to expand their channels from in-store to online. Online stores, websites, social media, or chat, they really need to go cashless also, and or even cardless. Digital payment gateways which provide fast, convenient, real-time, and secure transactions. They need to be connected with strong, reliable, and readily available connections, whether it may be fixed or wireless or a combination of both. We at the PLDT Enterprise is always striving to make a positive impact on every business. We assure that the businesses are commitment to them. And we know that this sector is the key for inclusive economic recovery of the country. It is our vision to help our businesses to be bold. It is our passion to help our customers become brave. And we will continue to provide digital solutions that will support businesses as they navigate this new business landscape. Again, thank you, Richard, for the opportunity, and everybody. Hope everybody is safe and well.
Thank you too, Ben. Good to see you, and keep up the great work you're doing in Mindanao. I know it's a diverse region, so it keeps you busy, but keeping everybody connected, it's key in these days. So thanks again.
Thank you, Richard.
We are so pleased to have our next speaker. He is Resi Cayabyab. His title is VP of Operation for Ibex. And most people have seen their signs around billboards and things like that, hiring people and expanding and so forth. They have quite a number. I think I was just talking to Resi, and he said there's 8 facilities, operations across the nation. He is based in Davao, which I'm glad to hear. And certainly Davao is one of their key sites that has been a big success for them. So we're really pleased to have Resi. He's certainly an industry leader and worked with some other fine organizations, and now with Ibex. So please welcome Resi Cayabyab of Ibex. So glad to have you, Resi.
Oh, thank you, Richard. Again, my name is Resi Cayabyab, Vice President of Operations here at Ibex. I am based in Davao. I actually moved from Manila maybe 10 years ago, and so it's been great. And so I have some good successes to share, both from a Philippine standpoint and obviously for our Davao site. But before that, Richard, I want to thank you for inviting me. I want to thank the whole Asia CEO team for having me here. It's always a good opportunity to be in your prestigious event. So thank you. All right. From a Philippine standpoint, Richard, you're right. We have 8 sites so far. You will see on the right where we have sites in Quezon City. That's our Cyber Park site. We have a site in Mandaluyong, which is our Shaw. A site in Pasig, which is our Silver City. That's strategically located within each other. We do have 2 sites in the south, which is our Parañaque site, and our recently launched, or the newest site in Manila, which is Alabang. Parañaque is our headquarters, so that's where all our executive team is situated in. We have 2 sites in Bohol, one of which we just launched, and so we're kind of establishing our presence there in the Visayas region. And later on, I will discuss with you guys our site in Davao. So far, you will see here we have 10,000 employees. Pretty proud of our, the employees we have. They are our assets, which made us actually grow for the last 5 years with a rate of 35%. And so we've been a truly differentiator there, and we've been growing. Business is good. Is it challenging? Absolutely, we do have challenges, but proud to say that we've been growing 35% year on year there. The other piece that I'm also excited and true proud moment for me is we just went on IPO last year on NASDAQ, actually during pandemic, and it's been the first BPO for the last 13 years. No BPO has come to the IPO for the last 13 years, so we're pretty proud of that. We also won 9 logos between last year and this year. And with great performance, we've been able to expand our Alabang site. And like I said, we just launched our Bohol site too. So this is 2 sites in Bohol that we launched, given the great performance and good culture of Ibex. Now, how do we keep ourselves competitive? I mean, we're in the pandemic, right? Most any business today, any BPO would probably have the same challenges. But the way we do it at Ibex, we move fast. We make decisions with speed and agility. Just give you an example, right? One of our clients, a ride sharing client, was having challenges, and obviously, in turn, our volume got affected. But the way we did it, we were able to move our resources immediately to those clients in need. And in turn, we're able to capture and support that client on the retail and online grocery industry. And at the same time, we're able to keep our employees whole. Now, if you look at this slide, on my second slide, people, process, technology, most and probably if not all BPOs would have done the same. Like what I said, the way we operate and execute in Ibex is based off speed and agility. Our leaders are able to make fast, quick, simple, and data-driven decisions that can initiate activities or investments like these. So going into the people aspect, right? We continue to drive our vaccination campaign, and I'll tell you some success story there later as we go to Davao. We actually also initiated a temporary hotel and lodging for our employees in the first part of last year, while we're providing transportation support for everyone up to today. And then as we grew our work at home, we've provided internet and installation subsidy for everyone while we continue to fund, employee care package for our team. So that's all done in a quick manner. And so as we make those investments for our people, we've also made adjustments for our processes because, with all these activities, initiatives, we have to support it with our process. Just to name a few, Richard, virtual training was immediately implemented. That was easy for us. Work at home playbook. Of course, as we move people to work at home, we got to make sure that they are successful, prepared, and well equipped. Not only our agents, but also our leaders. So we created that and made us successful. We also redefined and implemented our OSH. And at the same time, with our priority for health and safety of our employees, we established our telemedicine platform. Now, all these, you cannot move in the new norm without the leveraging technology. We're in the digital world like where we are now. And so the good thing about it is that we have an in-house development team in Ibex. It was easy for us to create a health check bot, easy for us to automate our pre-screening for our recruitment team, was easy for us to do create a knowledge base system for our training. And then we created a full suite of tools for our ops team. And so the three-legged stool of people, process, technology made us successful despite the challenging times today on pandemic. Now, moving into kind of the meat and the important topic of today, our Davao site. You will see, love to share these pictures all the time. It's a feel-good moment for me because it's a true testament of the culture that we want to have in Ibex. And Davao is the true testament of that culture, being a highly engaged team, highly engaged workforce. As you can see, we're turning 8 years actually next month, September. It's been 8 years that we have been operating in Davao, and we've been very successful in engaging our employees and making sure that we outperform everyone in the competition. You will see that 83% of our employees are actually satisfied with the way we do our operations. Of course, it's a give and take. We ask for feedback and we make changes from there. But proud to say that our ENPS are at 83%. With the highly engaged workforce, we're a true advocate of internal promotions. 90% actually of our leaders are promoted from within. And so these are local Davaoenos that are proving themselves, making themselves known, and actually now making an impact globally, supporting the US, some sites in the US, some sites in our Jamaica geo, and some of the sites in Nicaragua. And so we're pretty proud of that. And actually, our leaders have been with us for about 6 years tenure now as a leader in Davao. So, as we continue to have an engaged workforce, as we continue to have that culture of family-oriented group and a culture of employee engagement activities, we see this positivity on the site. Now, just recently, Richard, again, we're still in the pandemic. We're seeing surge here and there. But we're proud to say that we actually have 77% of our employees vaccinated now with the partnership with LGU. We procured vaccines ourselves, so there's Ibex procured vaccines. And at the same time, our partnership with the LGU has been tremendous. So not only we are engaging with our internal employees, but we're also engaging with our community. In this case, we're highly engaged with with the LGU. I actually want to thank the mayor's office, the city health office, obviously led by Mayor Sara, Dr. Lopez, Dr. Ching, and Dr. So, for partnering with us and ensuring that we are able to manage COVID while also outperforming everyone else in the competition. So pretty proud of that, Richard. It's quick really snapshot of how we operate in the Philippines and what the successes are so far in Davao. And obviously, I want to thank the whole team in Davao for keeping us number one there and outperforming everyone else, and be a true example of the culture we want to have in Ibex. Our commitment to our employees is to always make this fast and quick decisions, with our intent to keeping all of our employees safe and healthy. And so again, thank you. Be safe, everyone. Dagan salamat.
Thanks, Resi. That was so interesting. Yeah, I'm so glad to see you guys have done so well or continue to do so well. And you mentioned that the company went public. God, in just the past year or something. When was that, Resi?
Just last year. During the during the pandemic. Yeah.
Amazing. So a lot of big future ahead for this company, Ibex, and I'm glad to see Davao is one of your key sites, and it's nice to see a senior guy based in Davao and running other operations across the country from there. So yeah, keep up the great work you're doing, Resi, and thank you again.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And now we'll get to our next speaker is David Almirol, the CEO of Multisys Technologies. And this is an entrepreneur. So I'm pleased to have him with us again. He's active across the nation and including Davao. A lot of work being done that is really leading the country ahead in its technology pursuit. So really pleased to have David. This is the company won the Most Innovative Company of the Year award at Asia CEO Awards a couple of years ago, and just a fantastic story. So please welcome David Almirol of Multisys Technologies. So glad to have you, David.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me in this Asia CEO Davao 2021 virtual event. Thank you for the opportunity to have me as one of your speakers for today. I'm excited to share with you my insights on Davao innovations, how technology can help accelerate transformation. This is an interesting topic as we explore the ongoing projects and initiatives within the southern region and in part how Multisys and other tech industries are contributing towards growth and sustainability. One of the ongoing projects we have with Davao and across Mindanao is operations automation and system integration. This will support the increase of business productivity and will be able to help drive economic growth. We have identified 3 benefits that the Davao community and its constituents can experience with technology. The first one is a smart city is a safer city. System automation in businesses and cities allows quicker emergency response and preserves cities' resources and manpower for other day-to-day activities. This also fortifies Davao's current standing for being known as one of the safest cities in the world. Second, the city should have a contactless, paperless, and cashless transactions. Going digital improves the operation performance and reduces carbon footprint. This goes along with the sustainable Davao movement and promoting Davao as a green city. Lastly, technology promotes smarter governance. Automation and integration promotes ease of doing business because all of the transactions and operations are in one unified system. This helps by making data processes transparent. This supports the local government of Davao having a good governance reputation across the country. Davao had been known as one of the pioneers in innovation across all industries, and we should continue to support that by recognizing and fostering the capabilities of the Davaoenos. With Mayor Sara Duterte governing the city and keeping the community productive, this helps to open its doors to investments and opportunity despite the current health crisis. In fact, the OST just announced this year their plan to build sustainable energy technologies hub to further promote renewable energy development, and the ICT is also setting up their digital transformation centers for betterment of Davao ICT infrastructure. Here in Multisys, we have identified key cities, including Davao, to create satellite offices outside Metro Manila. This is in line with our advocacy toward supporting the local tech communities in the country. To give you an idea on how the Multisys community creates a unique culture, I'd like to share this video. Please watch. Multisys Technologies Corporation is your one-stop system provider. We do advanced systems research and development, focus on evolving assets of IT systems, platforms, and software solutions. We show integrated set of programs and solutions that drive businesses nowadays. Backed by our R&D team, we are able to customize solutions according to your business requirements with speed, accuracy, and efficiency. In our efforts to help Filipinos' way of life through digital innovations and transformation, we partnered with IT companies, system contractors, government agencies, big conglomerates, small and medium enterprises, and tech startups as well. We go above and beyond partnerships. It's a teamwork, and we make sure that your business and ours grow together. We find success in every collaboration and establish meaningful connections. That's why we want to partner with you. Here at Multisys, we empower your business. Multisys is a one-stop software company. So instead of you talking to too many integrators, you'll be able to come up with a centralized and automated way of doing things. We have a team that really move like one. So they are really united. So instead of one programmer, one system approach, I think multiple programmers joining force together, they can collaborate easily. We have speed, we have accuracy, we have efficiency. I think that's the secret of the group. That's why companies love to work with us. It will be faster for them. It will be more efficient to develop and deploy a certain system. They are a designer, they are a coder or programmer, they are a systems analyst, they are a quality control expert, and they're a UI and UX expert as well. That skill is not easy to really somehow have in one programmer. Multisys can really customize the system. We can customize it according to their needs, design for their own and existing process flows.
We're all racing against the clock.
Priority of Multisys is to elevate the lifestyle of every Filipino by delivering automated, integrated systems to make sure that we can fast-track the operation, processes.
'Cause I'm about to win.
I think it's all about how fast can you deliver a certain technology. Speed matters nowadays. Sabi nga sa Tagalog, diba, daig ng maagap ang masipag. That's why we develop futuristic systems. What we do is that we predict the future, we develop, and then the moment that we are partnered with a certain entity, we're able to show them a live system. It's not a PowerPoint presentation. It will be a prototype, it will be a working system. So this will give them an idea how to solve a problem. This will give them an idea to expedite their processes. So not only showing them a vision, but showing them a solution already. We develop end-to-end solutions for 8 industries now, and we would like to automate other industries as well. Currently, we have an end-to-end solution for information technology businesses, okay, ERPs. We have e-government solutions, healthcare, an end-to-end solution for utility, whether you are an electric company, a water utility company, a telco, or a cable utility company. We do also retail, hospitality, academe, and of course, the new one is the banking and finance. Here at Multisys, we empower your business. At the end of the day, technology shouldn't be a privilege, but a convenience that everyone deserves to experience, whether you're in Davao or anywhere in the country. We have a lot of projects to work on in the region, but if we allow ourselves to be open to opportunities and business synergies, we can definitely accelerate the innovation process, not only in Davao, but also in every city and municipality in Mindanao and nationwide. Once again, I'd like to thank the organizers, Asia CEO, for having me here to share with you my insights. I am really humbled to be here today and have a great day ahead. Daghang salamat.
Okay, that was David Almirol of Multisys Technologies. Thanks, David, for updating us on all your technological pursuits. And yeah, keep up the great work you're doing, moving the nation ahead and keeping us all connected in ways that are fast, easy, and inexpensive. Very good. All right, our next speaker is Aldrin Molina, the head of PUD operations for Mindanao with Airspeed. And he has been with the Mindanao region, comes from the Mindanao region, and does a lot of good work in the logistics field there. Certainly Airspeed is a top provider in e-commerce logistics, international movements, and certainly a large end-to-end logistics company with operations across the nation. So, yeah, very glad to have Aldrin and to really talk about the key Mindanao area. So glad to have you, Aldrin, from Airspeed, and the show is yours.
Good morning, or maayong adlaw, as how we say it in our local dialect. It is a great honor to be part of Asia CEO Davao. My name is Aldrin Molina of Airspeed Mindanao, and I would like to share with you the state of logistics industry in Davao and how we at Airspeed continually to strive to make it happen. This pandemic has shaken the world immensely. There is not one industry that is not affected, from tourism to transport to agriculture to food services, and yes, the logistic industry is affected too. The effect is not just limited to economic performance, but is also challenging on getting the raw materials and supplies from one city to another or from one region to another. And operational concerns due to limited manpower or tightening of border controls. Pre-COVID, we used to enjoy international flights from Davao. So we have at least 6 international airlines flying direct to Hong Kong, Singapore, Doha, Jinyang, and onwards to the USA, Europe, and other continents. Movement of cargoes from Mindanao was then faster, was cheaper and easier. At present day, cessation of international flights and inter-island flights from Davao to Tagbilaran to Iloilo to Cagayan and among others has not completely resumed. So we do not just sit and wait for things to get better. We need to do something so we can continue to serve our stakeholders, our customers, and the communities that we are in. So what entails for the future of Davao? So Davao has been contributing to the economy for the most in the island. And Davao is also the third most important urban center in the country. It has robust economic activities and urban build-ups and modern amenities. So Davao has infrastructure projects that will surely help the fulfillment of the logistics industry. So these are the new infrastructure that will definitely help the logistics industry move better and faster. So first is the Davao City Bypass Construction Project, which is located within Davao City. This project has an approximate of 44.6 kilometers starting from Turil, and it will terminate at Davao Agusan, a national highway in Panabo City. So this project will strongly support economic activities, and particularly from the manufacturing to the agribusiness industry and sector. So this project will provide easier transport, access to seaports and airports. Second is the MRP or the Mindanao Railway Project. So this railway project will run from Tagum City to Davao to Digo City. So this project will run from north to the south area of Davao, and this will run across the terrains of Davao City. So this 102-kilometer line will steer up economic activities and could help provide a faster movement of cargoes, lower logistics costs, and more efficient transport. The third, and definitely not the least, is the Samal Island Davao City Bridge. If you have seen this on the news, this was featured in the news. So this 3.98 kilometer, it has toll-free and 4-lane Samal Island Davao City connector project. This project will significantly improve mobility and bring down the travel time of roughly around 25,000 daily motorists to around 2 to 5 minutes between Davao City and Island Garden City of Samal. So indeed, movement of cargoes and tourism will surely benefit from this project. And not to mention the airport rehabilitation plans and seaport projects. And with this combined projects in Davao, this will surely pave way for a brighter Davao. Since the beginning of COVID, we at Airspeed always strive to be creative, to be innovative in any way we can. So in the past year, we have launched a number of products and services to make Davaoeños and Mindanaoans' lives easier despite the hard times. We always make sure that we stay relevant. The e-commerce has been here since the late 2000s. Davaoeños and Mindanaoans are now buying and selling of goods and services over the internet more. It's making a huge impact on the logistics sector as the online purchase has grown, or practically it has doubled or tripled the volume. When department stores and malls were closed, all essential items were only sold and allowed to move from one place to another. So people were able to procure majority of their needs through online. So logistics companies or logistics providers such as or like Airspeed assist with deliveries and facilitating with these activities. Last year, we just started to deliver groceries, non-food item, and food items for customer who orders online. So we have this program, and this is called the Speed Concept. To give you a short background what the Speed Concept is all about, it is a reliable multi-service platform that provides express delivery to groceries and goods. In fact, we are happy to share that Airspeed is the official partner, delivery partner of the biggest supermarket in the country or in the Philippines. So here are some data on the Philippines e-commerce for the year 2020. So I honestly do not know anybody who has not purchased anything online. So I myself is guilty of this. I've been purchasing from last year and even the recent months. And even last week, I had a new purchase. So e-commerce platforms such as Lazada, Shopee, Zalora, and SM Online will definitely here to stay. And let's not forget about the social commerce. So the growing PM for prices, live po tayo ngayon, comment down your orders. I'm pretty sure that you're familiar with this. So we have started utilizing or maximizing our social media platform. Before, social media is just used to connect with our loved ones and friends. The social media has indeed useful during this pandemic, wherein travels and face-to-face interactions are limited. But social media platforms are now helping companies to promote their brands, their services, and even selling their products online. So actually, anyone can now sell their item or services through social media. It could either be on Facebook, on Instagram, in Twitter, or any messaging app such as the Viber or the Telegram or WhatsApp or Line. So with this, social logistics provider and on-demand service providers are needed to ensure their success. And today, with great pride, let me introduce one of our newest service, which is the Speed. Speed is a dedicated online seller and even individuals. So Speed is currently operating, is our newest online pickup and delivery service. So just visit www.pinaspeed.com. You can now create your accounts and you can now start booking your items for deliveries. So Speed is currently operating in Metro Manila, Rizal, and Cavite, but soon enough, Davaoenos and Mindanaoans will experience a hassle-free and fast delivery service. Although we have these new and exciting services, the 3PL integrated services are still highly needed. To cite an example, they are the one who are bringing in the medical equipment and vaccines. So logistics companies will never not be needed. So just like in Airspeed, we continue to make it happen in what we do best. Our freight forwarding team and our customs clearance team and capabilities, plus the warehousing facilities that we have, all of this will ensure that we provide what our clients needs. And as shown earlier in the high demand of e-commerce, the last mile delivery will surely dominate the logistics industry. Also, we have these e-fulfillment and warehousing, which are essential services too. So as a matter of fact, Airspeed has 2 ambient warehouses located in Davao City to address these needs. So one location is at Ponta Verde in Buhangin, Davao City. The other location is in Binancel warehouse located in Kilometer 7 Lanang, Davao City. So these warehouses are both available for those who need storage spaces and warehouse spaces. Next is, as you know, during the height of pandemic, we chartered flights from Davao to Manila and Davao to Cebu when commercial airlines were still not allowed to operate. So to name a few, we have chartered fruits, we have chartered lobsters, we have chartered shrimps, and some were general cargoes. And not only that, we have chartered flights from China and ensured that PPEs arrive on time. To fulfill the absence of inter-island flights, we put up a scheduled weekly tracking service to cover the areas in Zamboanga, Iloilo, Bacolod, and Cagayan, and includes the remote areas in Cotabato and Osamis, and among others. So these are the industries and commodities that we have catered for these past years. So from aerospace and automotive sector, so we've been transporting airline parts coming from Davao for dangerous goods and chemicals. We have catered activated carbons, for perishable and live pets, as what I mentioned earlier. We have catered shrimps, lobsters, and even fighting cocks. So now we have also catered military equipment and a lot more. So we continue to serve different industries and commodities, ensuring to provide the highest quality of service to our clients and make it happen for them regardless of the situation. Let's continue to be hopeful for the best. Stay safe and healthy, everyone. Maayong adlaw usab sa inyong tanan, and thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Aldrin. That was good. That was a good update about things. I didn't know all that, so thank you very much.
Thanks, Richard.
Our next speaker is a first for us, and it's really, really a pleasure to get to know Raymundo Escalona. He is president of Udena Corp. And this is, for people who are outside the country or don't know about this company, it is easily one of the nation's fastest growing holding companies, and I would say one of the region's fastest growing organizations. They have huge subsidiaries, fast growing in areas like logistics with a company called Chelsea Logistics. Phoenix Petroleum, very big in petroleum products. End-Run College, Family Mart, on and on, many, many different operations across the country in various sectors. So with a bit of a story about that, Raymundo comes from the banking sector, which is interesting, the move that he had over here. Was previously executive vice president of CTBC Bank, known as a very innovative, technology-driven financial services organization. So now with Udena, they are hiring some top people, and Raymundo is one of these. So please welcome Raymundo Escalona of Udena Corp. Glad to have you, Raymundo. Yes.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. More than 100 years ago, Lincoln spoke these words: "Fondly do we hope, fervently do we pray, that this mighty scourge of war may speedily pass away." Our war may be different today, but our sentiments are the same. Since last year, we all have been fighting a global pandemic, and none of us have been spared. Just a few days ago, we had the honor of having our guests, distinguished gentlemen in both the private and public sectors, speak to the Udena Group on how together we can move forward. We all need to find ways in which to continue to provide livelihood to our employees, keep their families secure, and most of all, continue to be of service to all those who rely on our products and services, even through the pandemic. It is just right that we speak before you here and now, as our roots are in Davao. This is where it all began with Phoenix, the first independent Filipino petroleum company to be publicly listed, on breaking through in an industry to go head-to-head against our multinational competitors. Fast forward to today. Despite the current situation, Phoenix, through the able leadership of Bong announced a net income of 132 million pesos for the second quarter, higher by 9% compared with the level in the first quarter, on the back, of course, of increased local sales of its fuel and LPG products. As we look back, we remain truly humbled and grateful for the support of our countrymen. Admittedly, one of the hardest hit industries was inter-island travel and tourism, as well as shipping. Our very own Chelsea was hit hard, yet we understood how essential to the nation inter-island shipping and end-to-end logistics are for the country. So we continue to serve and soldier on. In one of our internal discussions, the head of Chelsea, our good friend Chris Damoy, reminded all of us that an investment in Chelsea is truly an investment in the Philippines. We are, after all, an archipelagic country, and shipping is the best, most economical way to connect our islands and to transport goods. Of course, this wouldn't have been possible if not for the hard work and sacrifice of our Chelsea family. PH Resorts and its tourism-centric projects, like our Emerald Bay in Cebu, continues to be our group's symbol of trust in the economy's collective recovery, especially in tourism. We seek to create future jobs as we continue to push for the continued development of the project. Another area hit by the lockdowns was food retail. We are again humbled and grateful that through the hard work of our team in the food business under, of course, Joey Garcia and the unending support of loyal customers, Conti's under our 888 group made quite a pivot early in 2020. Their innovative solutions like the drive-through and pass-by concepts resulted in our opening stores despite the pandemic, record-breaking sales, and the introduction of safe, sustainable practices to ensure that our well-loved products find their way to customers. All these truly speak of the operational excellence we in Udena are truly fortunate to have. And speaking of successful pivots on the road to recovery, Udena Infrastructure, headed by Jomel Fuentes, reinvented itself in the medium term to be of service to assist in the building of much-needed telco facilities in the form of common towers to address our current connectivity needs. Our chairman, Dennis Uy, had always said that all of what we do is centered on investing in the Filipino and the Filipino talent, as well as providing them with the means to be globally competitive, to prepare for future generations. This investment on the Filipino is carried over by a desire for world-class education, which is why Enderan, under Dean Ed Rodriguez, had been offering courses to prepare our students to be world-class, future-ready for global service. The communications, entertainment, and media arm Dito CME Holdings, under Eric Alberto, had been making headway in investing in digital transformation as a key to the future. Udena Land, headed by Freddy Placino, has seen that the future should decongest our cities with sustainable business communities like Clark and the Calaca Industrial Seaport. Our energy group, with Belinda Rasala, is focused on creating safe, clean, sustainable energy for Filipinos by Filipinos. Our foray into telecommunications, Dito Telecommunity, with its desire to provide affordable, fast, and quality connectivity for Filipinos, wherever they may be, have been able to attract more than 2 million subscribers in just a matter of months since its launch in March of this year, and is now available in more than 200 cities and municipalities all over the country. The number of towers and infrastructure it had to roll out, despite the lockdowns and the ever-present dangers posed by COVID-19, is testament to Dito's commitment to deliver on the promise. Before we end, let me bring everyone back to the why of Udena. Udena Corporation was built to be an indispensable partner in nation building. For many years, the Udena Group, through its foundation, has quietly set the stage for the provision of community support, especially where it all began for us, in Davao. The foundation soon found itself in the thick of things in various areas of the country, providing service where it is most needed. Last year, through the Community Care Program, we harnessed the synergies of each company under our wing to provide and contribute to the various COVID-19 response programs and have worked tirelessly with government agencies to bring out significant solutions. This year, we have been focused on our vaccination program. We are targeting 100% vaccination for all Udena employees. We are now at 70%, and we encourage everyone to get vaccinated. There is no question that vaccines save lives and livelihood. And we thank all frontliners and our partner doctors, healthcare workers for your dedication and sacrifice. As we look to tomorrow with hope and optimism, and as we create our future here in Udena, we are humbled and grateful and united. We move forward. Daghang salamat and God bless us all.
Thank you, Raymundo. That is interesting. A nice update about all your activities across the nation with Udena. We look forward to seeing where you go in the future. Very good. Okay, our next speaker, and in my opinion, kind of a highlight of the event. I know I say that a lot, but it's true. Eppie Titong, his official title is Senior Vice President, Country Manager of VXI Global Holdings. And, you know, they seem to operate a bit under the radar, but this is a large and very successful operation and contributor to the country. 20,000 people employed across the country, and 7,000 of those people are in Davao City. So I think they are certainly the largest private sector employer in that city, and certainly a big contributor to the nation's economy and especially jobs for Filipinos. So really nice to have him, and a heck of a nice guy. Please welcome Eppie Titong, the Senior Vice President, Country Manager of VXI Global Holdings. Really glad to have you, Eppie.
Thank you, Richard. That's quite an introduction. I appreciate that. I also just want to thank the HCO Forum Awards just for giving us this opportunity to us to kind of share our gratitude and experience operating not just in the Philippines, but in particular with the Davao region. Davao is certainly a growth area for us, and an area where we've continued to invest and grow. We are very, very happy with the strength of talent and labor pool that we're able to pull from Davao. As Richard mentioned, we have close to 7,000 employees in Davao operating out of 4 sites with very, very strong and reliable results. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank the Davao local government, which has been tremendous partners through this pandemic. They've allowed us to keep our employees safe, both from working at home and working at site. And they've also allowed a real ease to operate out of a very key region for us in the Philippines. Davao, as an experience for VXI, where we started in that region in 2013, has been a very positive one. We have seen growth of over 15% year over year since we launched in Davao. And we have many, many clients that operate in Davao and are extremely happy with the results that we receive out of Davao. So this is just a great opportunity for me to thank just the local city government of Davao, our Davaoenos, the opportunities that we've been provided in Davao, and you have our commitment that we are going to continue to invest and grow and develop the talent in Davao because of the results that we've seen there.
Okay, thank you very much, Eppie, and keep up the great work you're doing. Hopefully we hear more about you, though, so we can keep up with your fantastic growth and success.
Thank you, Richard. I appreciate it. We are largely participating in this year's nomination. So yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting you very soon, and just thank you again for this opportunity.
Okay, well, and thank you again for such fantastic work. God, I had just no idea you were so large, both in the nation and in Davao. That's a big effort for you and your team. So thanks again for being with us, Eppie.
Thanks, Richard. I'll speak to you soon. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
Great. Our next speaker is certainly a highlight to the event. Please welcome Senator Bong. He is a key leader within the Duterte administration and certainly a real mover and shaker in the nation. He was appointed as the special assistant to the president early on, and he's been with him for some years and certainly has his ear and confidence. He is often called the people's bridge to the president, but he is a lot more than that because he really has distinguished himself as a leader to the nation and very soon may be the most powerful man in this nation. So please welcome Senator Bong. So pleased to have him with us again. Thank you.
Mayong adlaw sa inyong tanan. I welcome all the guests and attendees of this year's virtual Asia CEO Davao Forum. It is an honor to speak among investors, business leaders, public and private sector leaders in Davao. Today is truly an exciting time for the city of Davao and the region as a whole. It is among the most dynamic places in the country in terms of growth and development, as can be seen by the various projects and enterprises sprouting all over the region. I am very proud to have been a part of its development into a thriving and bustling metropolis through my years as the assistant of President Rodrigo Duterte when he was mayor of Davao City. While COVID-19 has put an abrupt halt to what could have been a spectacular rise in prosperity for the country, we are still bound for takeoff sooner rather than later. This pandemic is a pause in the story of the eventual rise of the Philippines into highly developed and high-income status. I believe this because the ingredients for rapid growth are still there and the foundations for sustained progress that the Duterte administration have laid in place are still very much intact. What needs to be done now is to ensure that we overcome this pandemic so we can rise and move forward. We are already taking the necessary steps to this by vaccinating our people against the virus. As we speak, hundreds of thousands of Filipinos are getting their jobs and re-entering our economy. We are already taking the necessary steps to this by vaccinating our people against the virus. As we speak, hundreds of thousands of Filipinos are getting their jobs and re-entering our economy. We are also strengthening our healthcare system through the improvement of our existing facilities and construction of more facilities. This will not only make our population healthier, but also more resilient against similar shocks in the future. As we move forward on the road to recovery, we will need your help. As business leaders and investors, you have the power to help our country overcome this pandemic and to hasten its rise afterwards. So let us stay the course. Let us preserve our gains. Let us all work together to overcome this pandemic and make the Davao region and the rest of the country a shining beacon of success in a post-pandemic world. Once again, congratulations to Asia CEO Davao Forum. Daghang salamat at mabuhay kayong lahat.
That was Senator Bong, one of the great leaders of the nation, and certainly a big future ahead for him. So we're so pleased to have him part of the event. Thank you again, Senator Bong. Okay, we welcome everyone for the Q&A session of the event. And yeah, so we've got some a diverse group and some very large employers and key movers shakers of the Davao Mindanao area here with us. So maybe, a question that everybody seems to be asking is COVID. How did it change how you work and how you live, both yourself and your family, let's say? But what can you say? What was your experience, guys? Who would like to go first here? Resi, you look like you're key to tell us all. How did it change how you live and work?
Sure. Well, in the line of work I have, at least for Ibex, which I'm based in Davao, but I do support in some sites in Manila, so I go back and forth.
Yes.
That changed completely. The traveling alone has, obviously we moved away from traveling from back and forth between here and in Manila. What also changed is the way we do our work. I mean, even at a personal level, your time spent face to face with family has for sure decreased. You go, obviously you're with your immediate family, but from your relatives, you have to do kind of everything online. So similar to work, you just gotta be able to adjust and be creative in the things we have, such as the kind of the platforms we have, leveraging on technology, and being able to connect still, even with the absence of the face-to-face interaction. Sessions like this helps us a lot in terms of being able to connect still with individuals, with organizations, and it's the same as how we do it in the family.
Yeah, it's true. It is nice. I got to say, it is nice to see all you guys because, I do miss the people interaction. Yeah. So even though it's online, but one thing I've done, I'll just say I did it again today. I was talking with someone, actually it was my wife, and I thought, I'll just get up for a minute. I'll just put her on pause. And I looked for the pause button to keep her quiet and then realized, no, you can't do that. She's live. Who's next? Maybe Ben, how about you? How did it change what you're doing?
Yeah. It's never the same as before, Richard. So me and my family, we usually go to our provinces, for me and my wife, provinces, but now we can't do that, no. And since early this year, we've moved actually to somewhere in Davao that's not so populated, so we're staying somewhere outskirts of Davao for now, but every now and then we go back to Davao City. Definitely, we miss the face-to-face. Me personally, I'm a type of person that has to really go out because we're in the relationship side. We have to see our customers. We're on the front lines of the business. But mobility tools and video conference tools are also very useful nowadays. So we're just really.
Aldrin, how about you? Are you working from home or from work? How's your thing changed?
Well, Richard, when pandemic hit the Mindanao region, so we were actually, the pandemic has humbled us. So the mere fact that we still have our jobs and we still able to sell or to offer our services to our clients, but the operations kept going, and there was a time that we had to arrange from work from home setup. So some of our staff are at home but still continue doing the same thing. Good thing that there is social media to help us bridge all the gaps in terms of communication. Then there's these social medias, then the messaging applications. And also a good thing that the company has this business continuity plans. And when COVID when COVID arrived in Mindanao, then all the major transportations were temporarily ceased. So the company found some alternatives when it comes to transporting the goods, because we need to keep going, we need to move forward. So for air freight, we have prepared charter flights. Then for in absence of the sea and land freights, because there are city white down lockdowns and restrictions from different cities, particularly in some parts of the region in Mindanao. So there were services that were offered from last year just to cater those to cater the client's needs.
Okay.
That's it. So basically, it's more on a digital side now, and we've been maximizing the social media for communication and business.
Yes, of course. Okay. And on, maybe if I could ask you about vaccinations, how are you managing as an organization with vaccinations? I know Ben mentioned that PLDT is donating vaccinations to the city of Davao and other activities. But Ben, within your own organization, how well ahead are you vaccinated? Do you have any information about that?
So the MVP group have actually purchased vaccines through the government, and definitely with the help of our MVP group of hospitals, we actually are doing vaccinations already, Metro Manila and the regional groups, and we're ramping up as we go. We know that vaccines are the availability of vaccines is the one that's that we really have to ramp up those vaccines going in. I just had a conversation with the ICT Davao group, and they're actually doing vaccines next week. They have scheduled 3 days of vaccination for the ICT community, and that includes the BPOs, the call centers, the telecoms. So everybody's included as far if you're part of that ICT group.
I see. Okay. And Resi, your organization always has a reputation for doing a lot for its employees. What are you guys doing?
It's important for us. Our key priority is really the safety and health of our employees. So we procured vaccines for our employees as well. But at the same time, Richard, we also did heavy partnership with the LGU. To Ben's point, DICT had programs for BPOs to take advantage of the available vaccines at the LGU level. In this case, for Ibex Davao, we actually hosted maybe last week or 2 weeks ago. We hosted a 3-day event to vaccinate our employees and also some other BPOs that are wanting to take advantage of the available supplies. And so we've been able to host that in partnership with DICT and the city government, again, to take advantage of whatever is available today.
Okay, very good. Well done.
Yep.
And Aldrin, what about you guys? What can you tell us?
Well, for the vaccines, as we speak, so there are new sets of vaccine just arrived this morning. So Airspeed was there to get all those vaccines, and probably in a few days time, so this will be distributed throughout the country. So we are in aiming that everyone should be vaccinated, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, very good. And maybe if I can ask you, fellas, you guys are key people in your industries and certainly within the Davao Mindanao area, but what do you see for the future? I know it's hard to say, but I mentioned to a couple of you that our previous event in Cebu, an event similar to this in Cebu, but 2 of the 5 speakers had COVID, and quite dramatic manners. But what do you see for the future? Are things starting to get better? I mean, Resi, your clients overseas, are they starting to get better and things getting, I mean, this should help your business here, although you still got issues to deal with here, do you? What can you tell? I'm talking too much, Resi.
Absolutely. Well,
okay.
the good news is it's the U.S. market is opening up now,
Okay.
and so there's a little bit of ease there. In the Philippines, for Ibex, with the recent implementation of ECQ and Manila, that's definitely something that we have prepared for. However, as we've heard, or as we see the announcement of ECQ, we also had to mobilize and make sure that we're well prepared on our BCP. Meaning, we continue to decongest our site. As we hire more people, we send our tenured folks back to work at home. So just keeping that kind of good ratio, 50-60% range of our people to the work at home setting. Now for Davao specific, Richard, the good thing about Davao is, since I mentioned we hosted a vaccination event 2 weeks ago, we're able to push around 73% of our folks, 77 of our folks vaccinated. And that's both our employees and our outsourced personnel. Our outsourced personnel, we also kind of see them as our own employees as well. So 77% of our folks are at least have gotten 1 dose. And in 32 days from now, they'll get complete vaccine. So we're pretty happy with that. Obviously, we're wanting to do 100%, but with the DICT's initiative to vaccinate everyone in the BPO world, where education is key. There are some of our employees that are still hesitant, but we continue to educate. That's the only thing that we can control right now. Educate them with what's important. Why is it important to get vaccinated? What does it do for you? How do you get protected and the like? Obviously, we're not here to force them, but we're here to encourage them to get vaccinated. But so happy to see that in Davao, the team is 77% vaccinated, at least at the first dose.
Well done. That's a big achievement, Resi. And sorry, Resi, if I can ask you one more question, but
sure.
Now it's interesting that you hear this roughly 80%, or there's always these 20% of holdouts across different countries. Even in my home country of Canada, there's 20% who are kind of holdouts. But now, Resi, once you have this done, are people going to start returning to their work, to your workplace? Or are you still going to have many people working from home?
So we'll still probably have work at home setting. For one, it's good for us from a BCP standpoint, and number two, we're completely aligned with IATF protocols, or the requirement of the city, meaning to keep and ensure that the site is decongested. And that we don't have too many employees on site. So we're keeping a close contact with our city government, and obviously we're on the watch with whatever executive order or memos that are being released by our government.
Sure. Okay, Ben, how about you? I mean, what can you? I'm interested to hear.
Totally agree with Resi. We're aligning with the BPO industry, the businesses. Work from home really is gonna be sustainable in the future, Richard. It's gonna be the trend still, and we are seeing majority of companies and the businesses, they're still coping up with their workers, even with the setup of work from home. So what we're doing in the PLDT group is really ramping up our fiberization. We are improving our network, and I've heard a lot of positive feedback from the ICT Davao group, from their president, that we're really improving. We've improved our speed, our availability. We've added more capacity, and we've added more resiliency in the all over Mindanao. And 5G is also ramping up our 5G rollout in all over the country. So we're here to really support the businesses, and Resi is one of the users of our huge users of our services.
Absolutely. And yes, I was pleased to see Resi nodding his head, because I've heard the same thing, that things have improved. And yeah, okay, so good for you guys. Aldrin, what about you there? What can you add to the conversation?
Well, for the industry where I work for,
Yeah.
so we just continue to work or coordinate with our local government units. So safety is always been our priority. So at risk, most at risk is our field personnel who was doing the deliveries, and we just checking for safety protocols, for the proper documentation, or any requirements needed in order for us to distribute more of the shipments throughout the Mindanao. And still, we are collaborating also with our agents in different cities in Mindanao, so we could come up for a more efficient way on distribution of the goods. And yeah, and that's it, Richard.
Okay, very good. Okay, well, fellas, maybe could I ask you one controversial question? I mean, I shouldn't say controversial, but there's talk in many countries about what to do with the holdouts, or that's my term, and some organizations and even nations are talking about, well, we have to enforce vaccinations. I don't know how. What are they going to hold people down and then stick the needle in their arm? I don't know, but what do you think? Do you guys think, either personally or your organizations, should be very serious and very even forceful with vaccinations, or do you think it should be a volunteer type of situation? Anybody want to answer that?
Richard, as a service company,
yeah,
and we're going to the homes of people, and we're installing lines, and I think for the PLDT group, we really have to. It's really, and we've received a very good feedback from our employees and co-workers that they're thanking and even praising the company for the vaccines that's being rolled out internally. So I think we should be advocating the vaccination.
That's very true. You guys have a lot of frontline work to do, so that is very important. Resi, what about you guys? What do you think?
I mean, in my view, we are a total advocate of respecting each other's views. What we've done in Ibex, like months ago, even before we were expecting the vaccines delivered in the Philippines, we've run a lot of surveys just to kind of measure where we are in terms of the acceptance of it. Initially, we had people that are undecided, people that are not wanting it. And that's when we were able to gauge what type of education, what type of awareness do we need. And so we've triggered that we've raised our hand, we've triggered the help needed from our HMO provider, and at the same time working with our CHO, City Health Office, to run roadshows. We've done a lot of roadshows, and Our country manager, Potsky Alvarez, and myself, and our HR VP, Thea Prospero, we've attended all these roadshows and encourage people to take it and just really highlight what does it do for us, what does it do for your family, what does it do for your teams, what does it do for your coworkers. And so far as we continue to assess them on surveys, as we continue to drive the awareness campaign, we're seeing success there in terms of the acceptance of the of wanting to get the vaccine. I mean, case in point, our Davao has been great there, and Manila is actually following as well. We've our other sites in QC are now in the 60% at least, again for one dose, and so we're coming close to your protection population where it's somewhere in the 40-50% range. Obviously, we want to get to the herd immunity, but we're pretty happy to see how the people are responding so far. And we're not there yet, but we're going to continue to drive this awareness and encourage people to take it.
Good for you, Resi. That's tremendous. That's a tremendous effort. Aldrin, what do you, I mean, you have a lot of front-facing people that need to really be hands-on. What are you doing?
That's true, Richard. For us, we've been constantly reminding our staff, our employees, especially our frontliners, which is that includes the drivers, the helpers, and even at times I go out to deliver some socks or some goods. So it's been a constant reminder to them. Then good thing that we are receiving good reception from the team that they wanted to be vaccinated. For this time being, probably 80% of the whole group has been vaccinated.
Oh,
and I think that's a good thing for us. And there's a few are still hesitant, but we are educating them as what Res have said a while ago, educating them on what the vaccine, the effects, or probably the good thing of being vaccinated. So we are leaning towards. We are looking forward. Everyone will be vaccinated in a few months' time.
Okay, well done too. Gee, you guys are all on the ball there. Guys, we've heard that the government has put things back on a lockdown, and their purpose is to get things under control in time for Christmas, is what I've heard. I don't know if you guys have heard. Okay, so Resi, you're nodding. You've heard something like this, and you think this is a possibility?
I think so. I mean, looking at the recent updates, articles, and public news, would rather be proactive and arrest the virus or the Delta virus now. Do the lockdown early, but hopefully not too long. That will totally impact the business sector and our economy. But yeah, I mean, anything, we're totally in support and aligned with what the government's intents are, and we're here to provide obviously solution for our folks to keep them whole, keep them safe, and keep them healthy. But other than that, we're pretty much prepared for any scenario with all the work done on business continuity plan. That's right now, we can only control what we can control. We can only manage what we can do. And so as much as we can, we're able to provide those solutions and resources, technology, and the like for our people.
I see. Okay, that's a good positive story then, because it does seem in other countries, or the so-called advanced countries, that it is it's under control. But so perhaps by Christmas, Philippines will be in a much stronger position. Is that realistic, do you think, Ben? What are you seeing, hearing, and thinking?
We're seeing already an improvement of businesses opening up. The demand for connectivity is really really tremendous. And with all the safety measures and the business continuity plans that the companies are adopting, and all these virtual things that we're doing, I think we can do the December. Uh, there's a happy December, Richard.
Yes.
I'm an optimist. But what I'm seeing in the ground is that businesses are opening up, as long as we observe the minimum health protocols. I think we're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay, and the government is really ramping up. The vaccines is arriving, or has arrived and still ramping up. I think it's gonna be a very good last quarter for us.
Okay, that's exciting. That's very, very exciting. Because I'm an optimist too, and sometimes I worry I get too excited. Aldrin, what do you think?
Since the beginning of COVID, our industry have already adjusted. We have adjusted actually. So we have came up with alternatives when it comes to mobilizing everything, and just what Sir Ben have said. Just following the safety protocols. I think that's the most important thing when it comes to dealing with other people. Because in our line of business, we usually present ourselves to our clients to the deliveries. Though the good thing is there are these virtual things and the social media who help us expand our network still. And yeah, the social media really helped us a lot. So that's a good thing that we can keep up. And for this last quarter, yeah, there were improvements. Yes, we will still continue to roll out those vaccines so everyone get vaccinated, and by the end of the year, then we are all we're leading towards the herd immunity.
Yeah. Well, if the government can achieve that, boy, they will deserve to do well in the next election. I would say most of us would. I'll say that anyway. So let's see. But yeah, okay. Well, fellas, so that I'm glad to see everybody's so positive. Usually they accuse me of being over the top and positive, but you guys are even more than me, it seems. So, well, Eppie, within your organization, these guys all had good stories about how they're managing their vaccine, getting their people vaccinated and so forth. Maybe can you tell us what you're doing with your people?
Yeah, I mean, we've obviously partnered with the local government in Davao in vaccinating our employees. In fact, BXI hosted one of the vaccination efforts in Davao. We did it in our facility, so we helped support that. So we feel very fortunate that the local government is really taking care of the resources, which are our employees, and we've partnered well with them. We've been working with the city health office also to develop some apps and some technology-based solutions to help provide some measure of security and safety for our employees that working at site. So it's been a very positive experience. Yeah.
I see. Okay. And now Eppie, Resi and Ben, Aldrin, they're all a bunch of optimists, and they think that maybe by the end of the year, the government put a lockdown in, but maybe by the end of the year before Christmas, we should have have things under control and really, opening up for the future. Do you think that's realistic, or what do you think?
I do share the optimism. I am, however, a little bit anchored on some concerns on just the evolution and mutation of this disease and this pandemic. So I'm always wary, and I think I don't want to speak for Resi or Ben, but we've been through quite the journey in the last 16 months, and I think we've learned that it's continuing to evolve and it's continuing to change, and that the Filipino BPO industry has proven that it can adapt. I share the optimism. I am just a little bit more wary about just this the evolution and just the changes and the variations of this pandemic. So I think we're always going to have to be in a sense of readiness and alert. I'd like to go back to normal as soon as possible and celebrate a great Christmas. And hopefully, if we do the right things in this coming months, we can work towards that.
Yes. Okay. Very good. And well, guys, really, really good. Now, do you guys? So we've got two key guys from the BPO industry, Resi and Eppie. Do you guys know each other?
I think we met Resi in one of the forums.
I think so.
For a shared
That's
client.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Good, because you guys, I know I don't think you're competitors more than you guys have a lot to share, and you don't want to do destructive competitive things with recruiting and other things. If you work together, you can build things rather than the opposite, right? So that's what I hope.
Absolutely. Totally agree. I think that there's more than enough opportunity, and Davao is a great location, great pool of workforce, and it's just really a big central hub for Mindanao. And so, yeah, I mean, I've always viewed Resi and his organization as partners. They are they've been in Davao almost the same amount of time. We share a lot of common clients, and it's always good to sit across people that you respect.
Correct. Both of you are high quality operations, certainly from all reports I get. So I was pleased when both of you were able to speak. And Eppie, Ben is another one for you to meet. I don't know if I guess you've met before, have you?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
not
okay.
sure, but very active. I'm active in the ICT Davao community, so the BPOs are members there, BPOs and call centers. So,
yeah, and Ben's a good guy.
One of these days.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of these days, Ben.
One of these days.
I'm looking forward to meeting you in person.
And then our friend Aldrin from Airspeed's a good guy too. So they do a lot of work. This company, they had a big SM bought a big chunk of their company. So you might see them as a customer for their e-commerce and so forth in the future. Eppie and Resi.
Yeah.
So we'll
Congratulations
you now.
Congratulations with that.
Thank you, everyone, for being part of Asia CEO Davao 2021. That was an engaging Q&A session with our so good people. I don't know. It's a shame everybody out there can't speak with some of these people one-on-one like I am able to, but they're just decent people who really care about the work that they're doing. So we're really pleased to be hosting them for this event. And we also are so pleased to have our leaders, President Rodrigo Duterte, speaking for us again. Thank you again. That was Asia CEO Davao 2021, and we'll see you again next year.